Hi, my name is Morgan Sims, and the topic of my speech is violent video games leading to violent behavior. My target audience is players of violent video games and parents of players of violent video games. Have any of you been watching TV recently and found yourself so caught up in a commercial that you didn't realize it was a commercial for a violent video game instead of a movie or a TV show? This is Call of Duty, which is a violent video game, and this is another violent video game called Grand Theft Auto. We all recognize these titles and are familiar with these games as violent video games. But what is the lasting impression that they make? In today's world of virtual reality video games, violent games lead to a problem of violent behavior. Players feel that they are in the real world of the game and become so caught up in the game that it becomes a part of the player's everyday life. Violent video games lead to violent behavior because they blur the difference between virtual reality and real life. According to U.S. Digital News Weekly, 97% of adolescents play video games. Unlike watching a violent movie or television show, playing a violent video game allows the player to interact within the game. The violent graphics within the games look like real life, and the player experiences the game as if it were happening in real life. According to procon.org, violent video game exposure has been linked to P300 amplitudes in the brain, which is associated with desensitization to violence and increases in aggressive behavior. Also, a 2009 study found that it takes up to 4 minutes for the level of aggressive thoughts and feelings in children to return to normal after playing violent video games. It takes 5 to 10 minutes for heart rate and aggressive behavior to return to baseline. In addition to causing aggressive behavior, these violent video games can become addictive. According to the American Medical Association, it is speculated that up to 15% of the American youth playing video games may be addicted. There are specific types of help available for this addiction, such as treatment facilities built for this sole purpose, hotline numbers, Video Gamers Anonymous, and even wilderness retreats. Violent video games have been blamed for increases in bullying, violence towards women, and have been associated with school shootings. Critics agree that these games desensitize players to violence and also teach children that violence is an acceptable way to deal with conflict. After all of these facts and statistics, there are still going to be some people that will argue that these violent games are an outlet for their anger and aggressions. However, adult players have a better understanding that this is just a game. But we need to continue to be aware of the effects that these games have on our youth and continue the study of long-term effects that these violent video games have on our society. Thank you.